Hey folks, I'm Dr. Dave Sanders, and welcome to the first cohort of the Master of Leadership and Ministry program from Judson University. I have a few things that I want to go over because we're in the first class, first course of the first, we're the first, okay? I'm the first professor, you're the first students, okay, we're just first. So, I've gotten a little feedback from Brian and from Debbie on the beginning of the cohort and the books and the assignments and kind of what's what. So let me give you a few brief ideas here. When you go to read these books, particularly the first one with Osmer, I want you to read the introduction, understand his main concepts. Okay, we're going to be dealing with these four main concepts of how to do practical theology. We're going to be dealing with them extensively in our face-to-face time. So don't spend a ton of time kind of going like, hey, I've got to read every page and every book and doing all of that. I want you to familiarize yourselves with the concepts. What these guys do in their theological books is have conversations in the public arena of books. So Osmer's actually talking kind of the idea behind it is proving the ideas of practical theology to other theologians who do systematic theology or historical theology or different ways to do theology. He's trying to say practical theology, where you actually move from theological concept to actual ministry practice, is a very valid way to do theology. So, in the following 4 chapters after the introduction, read the first 5, 6 pages, 7 pages, as much as you want, but just become familiar with the concepts, not that you have to have everything like crystal clear in your mind about how all this works, because we will deal with it extensively with it, but I want you exposed to the language of the theological book. The second book, Christopraxis, which is a great big theological word for the practice of Christ. So that book has a lot of $10 words, okay? They're theological words in it, but he explains it in many different ways. So the guy who wrote Christopraxis, Andy Root, actually was a student of Osmer, and he takes it a little bit farther. He actually has a youth ministry background, so eventually the writing gets a little bit better. So again, read the intro, and then I have a few chapters for you to read that kind of his way of kind of working it out, working practical theology out, and I think he does a pretty good job of that. There's some articles to read about how this all works, so try some of those articles. Again, so far as the assignments, don't get all wigged out like, oh my gosh, I'm in my master's program, and if I don't get this all done, I'm gonna fail. Don't do that, okay? We know that it's sort of a ramp up for some of you who haven't been in school for a while, so just do what you can. Try to do it in a timely manner, and we'll be getting together face-to-face in a couple of weeks, and it's going to be a great time because you're going to be familiar with the concepts. So when we talk in the classroom, you'll go like, oh, yeah, I remember that. I got a basic grasp of that. But we'll push them farther because one of your assignments is to come with an actual issue, a problem that you want to work out through these steps of practical theology. It's going to be fun, okay? Don't get wigged out about, so much reading and so many assignments. Don't do that. Stop. Don't do that, okay? Enjoy the reading, enjoy the learning, enjoy your mind kind of going, stretching. I'll tell you a story about when I first went to seminary, but I'm going to save that to face, all right? So, if you have any questions, put it on the MLM site where it says, ask the professor or instructor, all right? So, do that. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Email me. You'll be contacting each other through your discussion questions and those kinds of things. And let's build this cohort because it's going to be a great time. You guys are going to be doing good ministry because you are going through some great studies. All right. See you in a bit.